Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. And Avis is already here. He says, "Come on, City, let's get the job done today. Let's get the job done. We have to get the job done. We have to keep the momentum going. There cannot be any let up in momentum. There cannot be any break in momentum. Especially with the chance Arsenal have given us with beating Liverpool. So now it's a three-way title race. Anyone can do anything, and we win." And we are top of the table now. We win and we are top of the table now. Equal matches played. Think we'll play 23 matches just like everyone else, and we'll be on top of the table if we win. So it's important that the momentum is maintained. They're just showing rusty Erling Haaland. The one I felt bad about Erling Haaland was when he went through one on one when we were 1-0 down against Brentford and then he missed it. That's the kind of finish you expect Erling Haaland to make even when he's 10% fit, even when he's 20% fit. So you expect Erling Haaland to score over there. Don't know how he missed that. Everton will definitely not be easy. They'll try to make it physical, but the thing is, again, it's you could say that it's Manchester City at home, so at the Etihad Stadium, and you have to get the job done and stuff. But Crystal Palace, you're 2-0 up, 15 minutes to go, and it ended up 2-2 at the Etihad Stadium. So no team can be taken lightly, to be honest. Last season, I think Haaland and it is Godfrey, I think, who actually got into a bit of a fight and a bit of a tangle and stuff. But we drew that match 1-1. Demari Gray. Demari Gray scored that winner last season. But the lineup's pretty interesting, actually. Lineup's pretty interesting. Everyone was thinking, I think a lot of fantasy Premier League players have thought that Julian Alvarez will be the one who will be getting time on the bench, and it's Kevin De Bruyne starting gaming in game out, but that's definitely not been the case. Julian Alvarez is start. I think Julian Alvarez, if I'm not wrong, has started every City game. Started every City game except maybe. I think he started more games than Rodri, of course, because Rodri was suspended. But I think he started every City game, so that's interesting. For me, the interesting bit is you look at the defense, of course, Edison will be the goalkeeper, but you look at the defense, Akanji, Diaz, Stones, Ake. What does that defense remind you of there? That defense reminds you of last season's. In fact, that back six, along with the goalkeeper, if you take it, Edison, Akanji, Diaz, Stones, Ake, and Rodri, that was the back six that won us the treble last season. That was the back six that allowed us to chase Arsenal when being 8 points down in February. So it's interesting that it's gone back to that. I mean, I know Kyle Walker's the captain and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if 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 we get a stronger team in the Champions League quarterfinal, for example, someone like a Bayern or someone, and he goes with Akanji in place of Kyle Walker. I'll not be surprised at all. I'll not be surprised if this is Pep Guardiola's go-to back six sort of in key matches, in big matches. Liverpool Anfield, I'll not be surprised he goes with this Akanji instead of Walker. So that will be actually be interesting. I mean, of all the strengths of Kyle Walker, I love Kyle Walker a lot. He's without him, I don't think we do the treble. Uh, but with Kyle Walker, a pacey winger, Walker can match him. A pacey winger dribbling at you, Walker can match him. But you know what Walker can't match and what Akanji can do when a winger is. I mean, just take the example of Isaac or Gordon. There, right? Isaac runs, Walker catches up to him. What Isaac does, he stands still for a moment and then he goes on the inside and scores. So I think that is kind of Walker's weakness. That when an opposition attacker stands up Kyle Walker and then gives him time to think, and then he dribbles past him. That is when Kyle Walker's not at his best, to be honest. So I think Akanji's at his best. Akanji, an attacker, stand still. You still can dribble past Akanji because Akanji has a bit more greater understanding of what the attacker can do from a standstill position than Kyle Walker. I think so. Big games, big wingers. I think you prefer Akanji over Kyle Walker. I think unless the winger is like extremely rapid. Now coming to in the strikers, the same, the strikers from the treble winning team. Now you look at the four players in the midfield, which is where it's interesting. Foden, Nunez, Alvarez, Doku. None of them have started last season and treble winning last season from February to whatever May. None of them were regulars. It's a completely new thing. It's a completely new one. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I know De Bruyne will be back in the Champions League game against Copenhagen later on in the week. I would say De Bruyne will be back. Bernardo Silva will be back. I think he'll play Foden there and he'll play Alvarez there. I think so. I think that is the strongest midfield which he'll go with if there is a big game. But for me, the interesting thing is how do you use Matthews, Nunes, and Kovacic? When does he play them and when does he not play them? So interesting bits here, really interesting bits. And by the way, I don't think this will be the exact formation. I think Julian Alvarez will just play on the shoulder of Haaland, or even it could be a 4-4-2. I think Foden will be left attacking mid and Doku will be right attacking mid. I don't think Doku will be. Could be interesting again. Could be Doku holding the width and Foden just coming inside. And I don't know. It's the formation again. It's completely different to what the formation was at Brentford. So be interesting. And is obviously managing De Bruyne's minutes as well, which is another thing we can actually look at. In a way, I also think this is a neat handing over of the baton from De Bruyne to Phil Foden. People say Phil Foden maybe like David Silva, but I would say Phil Foden with his attacking traits, the way he is direct. I think this could be ridiculous, but I think Phil Foden could be the heir to Kevin De Bruyne. There cannot be another heir to Kevin De Bruyne because Foden obviously can't give the passes like Kevin De Bruyne, but I think this is a sort of handing over that baton of that midfield, I would say, from your Kevin De Bruyne's and from your Gundogans to the newer generation. I think so. The formation's very interesting. Everton will look to set back long balls, the same thing that Brentford tried to do, the same thing that what was the team before Burnley, maybe not as much, but Brentford tried to do the same. Newcastle, in a way, tried to do the same with Trippier and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, City win. We win our match in hand. I think we go minimum level on goal difference with Liverpool and stuff, and we go 3 points clear of Arsenal. Good to see John Stones returning back, and everyone's just walking onto the pitch. Everyone's in the tunnel. I think Jack Grealish could be a potent weapon. Many people might not realize this, but Jack Grealish could actually be a potent weapon because when you're playing two, I mean the expectation is Alvarez to go forward with Haaland 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1 and Nunez to sit as a pivot with Rodri. So it's almost like Foden left attacking midfield and Doku right attacking midfield. You just put sorry Doku left attacking midfield and Foden right attacking midfield. You just put Jack Grealish in place of Jeremy Doku there, and suddenly, because the best positions of Grealish are in the midfield, Grealish can control the tempo of the games better and stuff. So, and we have seen Jack Grealish against Crystal Palace is clinical as well. How he scored that first goal. So Jack Grealish is clinical as well. So Erling Haaland is working out. It would be great to see Erling Haaland chip in with a few goals today. Be fantastic. Ruben Diaz is the captain. They put Stones at right back, but I think Akanji is the one who will go at right back because Pep is not foolish. Now, if Stones is there, I think he could form a box midfield, which would mean I think Nunez can also play a bit more further. I think the dynamic is going to be very, very interesting how City is going to play today. Ben Godfrey, James Tarkowski, Brathwaite, Idris Guy, and Joe Garner, they are in the midfield. As the interesting thing is Ashley Young playing. I mean, I would prefer him as a left back instead of a left winger, to be honest, because we can. Sorry, as a right back instead of a right winger, so that we can exploit him. Doku versus Ashley Young would have been a fight for generations, but we're almost all set. It's not a fight for generations, but anyway, we're all set to go at the Etihad Stadium. Everything's almost ready, but I'm really interested to see Stones coming into the midfield. And what will be the positions of Foden and Doku? That will be interesting because Doku is a winger, but will Pep make him play inside like Pep did against Newcastle? Let me know your views on the lineup because I was a bit shocked when De Bruyne didn't start, but then you could understand that De Bruyne was not starting because I think Pep is managing his minutes. And also Foden's great form. I mean, everyone was concerned about us replacing Gundogan's goals, and suddenly you now take the goals that Foden has scored. People will say clutch matches Gundogan has scored goals. I know seasons, half of the season is still there to go, but Everton away 1-0 down. Foden scores that goal, without which we don't make a comeback. Brentford away 1-0 down. Foden scores that goal. Not a clutch match, but Leipzig away. I think we were a goal down and Foden scores and monks the comeback. So I think Foden has stepped up to the plate. Foden, everyone thought who will step up in that Gundogan role, and it's been Foden. It's been Phil Foden. In a way, I mean, I don't know this, but see, I don't like Gundogan leaving. I still think it's a mistake, but maybe I think sometimes just have to trust destiny. I think because if Gundogan was here, I don't think Phil Foden would have grown into as much as this. So, so just think we'll have to trust destiny and move on with it. especially in the case of Gundogan leaving us and Foden rising up. Because if Gundogan doesn't leave, I don't think Foden becomes the player he is, especially the step up to the next level this season. Julian Alvarez kicks it straight to Edison. Eddie thinks he might not see the ball for long, so he's like, please give me a touch of the cherry quickly. An Everton player is down and it's head injury there. I think it's Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil, when Leroy Sané left, was earmarked as, even by City insiders, as one of the replacements of Leroy Sané. He's actually very good on that left foot and stuff. I was thinking when Mahrez went, we might go for Dwight McNeil, but didn't happen. I think technicality wise, Dwight McNeil doesn't belong in this Everton team. He's technically so good. Everton are pressing with two strikers. It's almost a 4-4-2, and John Stones is coming into the midfield. So it's a back three. Ideally, with Stones in the midfield alongside Rodri. If you observe, yes, he's playing almost alongside Rodri. Yes, it's a two pivots. It's a back three with two pivots. It's the box midfield there. Phil Foden with almost a great pass, and Rodri recycling the ball again. Rodri, Julian Alvarez. Phil Foden is just playing on the right hand side, right wing, which I don't like, but he's right now on the right wing. And Jeremy Doku does excellently well. Jeremy Doku does fantastically well over there. And that's a corner. What a skill by Jeremy Doku. What a piece of skill by Jeremy Doku over there. He is just sent Tarkowski back to Burnley. That piece of skill from Jeremy Doku was just excellent. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez with the free kick. One of our better free kick takers, I would say. New set piece, coach. Can we score? That was a good header from Everton, but the ball is still with us. I think we get the ball back again. Jeremy Doku with the ball. Jeremy Doku, Julian Alvarez, who's out wide, can deliver a ball into the box. There's no one in the box, so he'll not deliver. Manuel Akanji, Phil Foden, City dominating there. Matthews Nunez, Phil Foden, Nunez, Erling Haaland. And it's a goal kick. That was a great ball from Nunez again. That chip ball, the top, that was great from Matthews Nunez. Just that Erling Haaland could not escape the clutches of the defender. That's the only thing. I thought the defender actually caught him and was pulling him back, but apparently that wasn't the case. Is Sean Dyche serving a touchline back? No. That's well seen out by John Stones, Rodri Stones, Natanake. It's a back three. I think this is perhaps preferred defense. Natanake. Natanake back to Edison. Manuel Akanji. That's a good ball, but oh, Matthews Nunes, the space is just underestimated. But ah, Brathwaite is fast enough. I think Brathwaite is around 70 or 80 million pounds as his cost in the transfer market. He's quick. I think he's going to be the next big money centre back signing, at least from England. Brathwaite, Gerard Brathwaite has got everything. Rodri, Jeremy Doku, Ruben Diaz. No, Ruben Diaz is wearing that white thing around his arm. Is his arm injured or something? I don't know, but Ruben Diaz, Jeremy Doku again. Ruben Diaz. I think Doku is playing on the inside. If you can see, it's Julian Alvarez who's holding the width, which is interesting because Pep has always said he'll never play Julian Alvarez on the wings, but right now it's Alvarez. I think it's just positional play, but yes, it's just positional play because Doku has come back on the left wing and it's Alvarez going inside. There's so much to process when you have to play in a Pep team. There's literally so much to learn. And everyone's telling Guardiola has been a flop, but just give him some time. Rodri looked very bang average in his first season, to be honest. Look at who he is now. So Guardiola left back is learning a new position. It's not easy to process Pep Guardiola's style of play as well. So Rodri needs to be careful, cannot be caught on the ball. City started the game well, but in the last 2 3 minutes, it's not been good from us. It's been ugly. It's been where Everton wanted to be honest. And there's a ball in. I think Phil Foden's chasing it. Phil, just don't do a tackle there. Phil. Ashley Young. Ah, I think it was a great block there from Rodri. Let me see that back again. But I think Rodri has spared the blushes for City there. That is the moment which Everton are looking for. It's a throw in. It's a throw in. Do not concede a corner to Everton. That's the only thing. Jeremy Doku takes the ball. There's a chance of a potential counter, but Doku gives the ball away. Nathan Ake does extremely well, and Edison, I think, is taking one for the team again. Jeremy Doku was very careless with the ball there. Countainia is here. Hey, Countainia, how are you doing? He says, why isn't KDB starting? Rested or fitness issue? Rested. Ake does well initially, and then it's Addison is committed to the ball there. There's no question of a penalty there. I think with the KDB thing, I think it's interesting you pointed it out because with the KDB thing, I think Pep is just managing his minutes. Pep knows that he can't play every match till the end of the season, so I think Pep will save him for the most important matches. And KDB, I think, is not that kind of a player where he needs to play every match to get back in form. You can just have him off the bench like he showed against Newcastle and he'll perform. So, and the interesting bit here is Julian Alvarez is starting. Julian Alvarez has started every game. I think looks like Edison is injured again. Interesting bit is starting Julian Alvarez in every game. I think most of it is going to be the starting lineup if you're going to play a big Champions League game. There's only two positions he'll rotate: Matthews Nunez and Jeremy Doku. I think one is for Kevin De Bruyne and the other is for Bernardo Silva. I think the biggest of games, Pep Guardiola plays both of them. And at right back, you could argue Walker or Kanji, but like I said, there are specific instances when he'll play Walker. But I would not be surprised if he starts Akanji over Walker in the right back position and in certain Champions League games, purely tactical. Gautam is here. Hey Gautam, how are you doing? He says, good evening, citizens. Beautiful evening. Let's have some blissful moments. Gautam, Edison needs your bliss. He's already down, injured. I hope the injury is not big. I hope the injury is not big. It's been a good start, Gotham, the first 2 3 minutes, but after that it's been scrappy, and we almost conceded a goal to Everton. I don't know why we are turning into sort of a team where once we concede, that's when we start rolling off. Ake should have been a bit more stronger there. Ake should have been a bit more stronger there, to be honest. And it's Ben Godfrey as well with that foul on Everton. He is a right twat. He's an idiot, Ben Godfrey. But yeah, Gautam, we need a lot of your bliss. Just like the bliss against Brentford, need a lot of bliss. This was one of the worst games last season, this fixture. City Everton, we were 1-0 up. I remember December 31st. I think it was 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something Indian Standard Time. And we were 1-0 up, and Demari Gray and Everton just has one shot on target. That one shot the entire game that day. We have like 31-25 shots something, and the match ends up 1-1. Demari Gray solo goal from a distance. That was one of the worst fixtures you would say last season against Everton at home. But Stones with Rodri, I think it's interesting now. Akanji has gone in that midfield with Rodri, and John Stones is playing in the right back position. This is interesting. Pep in that little break told Akanji something, and he's gone in the midfield now and forming a box. And Stones at right back as part of back three, which is interesting, very interesting. Ruben Diaz, Jeremy Doku. Again, Jeremy Doku is having a very poor game, I would say. This is his second giveaway. JSK says Edison should be subbed. JSK, I think Doku should be subbed. JSK. Doku's given the ball away twice. He's having a very average game, and Haaland's come into the middle, which is into the midfield, which is not a good sign at all. Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake. City is just struggling to play through the back. Akanji does. Akanji gives it away now. What is this? Diaz reads it, and this is one of the worst 10 minutes, I would say, that City have started a game. One of the worst 10 minutes that City have started a game. Very casual, very nonchalant. Jeremy Doku gets the ball. Jeremy, please make a good pass. Jeremy should have made a pass there instead of buying the foul. I know Jeremy is playing a unnatural position, is playing in the midfield instead of on the wing, because nowadays we don't play with any wingers. Our fullbacks are our wingers, so Doku is actually occupying the wing position. So does this mean when Doku plays, we play differently? When Doku doesn't play, I think we utilize. I think when Doku doesn't play, Walker plays and he goes up and down. And when Doku plays, I think it's Akanji who plays. Interesting combinations that Pep is offering. I just hope he's not overthinking, to be honest. Rodri back to Edison again, and we are bloody playing backwards against Everton. Against bloody Everton. Come on, guys. Again, we are overcomplicating things there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, shit like he always is. Otherwise, a much better finisher, and we could easily be 2 goals down here. Could easily be 2 goals down here. I think you give those chances to even Tony last week against Brentford, you're 2-0 down. There's no question about that. Pep has just overcomplicated things here, I would say. He just overcomplicated things. I think Pep overcomplicates things, but then he gets back to his senses as well in the second half. I hope he's not doing it the reverse this time around. Gautam says, can sense something coming. The attacking bliss, Gautam. I think hopefully that is what is coming. The attacking bliss. Nathanaki on the ball. Maybe if you can sense something coming, Gautam, I think it has to be a Haaland goal. He's not scored in a long time. Or Haaland missing a sitter. One thing or the other. It's been 15 minutes and we have just played backwards, backwards, and backwards. That's it. Akanji in the box midfield doesn't work. It's only John Stones who works, and yet Pep is playing Akanji there. I think the Everton striker Calvert Lewin was offside, but we need some attacking in output here. I think the ball is there's no involvement of Foden. It's all Doku. It's all Ake Doku. It's all Ake Doku Alvarez. There is no right hand side at all. It's all been left hand side. I think just switch the play. The most informed player in the Premier League is Foden, and you're not giving him the ball. I don't understand this. And I don't know why the hell is Pep playing Foden on the bloody right wing. He's not. He's actually playing him on the right midfield. He's not in the right wing like Doku is. He's not hugging the touchline. But I think Foden should be given a free role, and it's Nunez who's given the free role here. Can never understand Pep. Was just praising him for how he's developed Foden there after the Brentford result, and goes on and does this. Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, Jeremy Doku, Ruben Diaz again. Just play the bloody ball forward. Why are we playing long balls against bloody Everton? That is their strength. They have big physical defenders who want long balls to be played all day long and all night long as well. Yeah, we have Haaland, but that doesn't mean they have five defenders of Haaland's height and physicality. They tried to repeat the West Ham goal there in that phase of play, but Akanji was smart enough and he cut it off. Hopefully something comes around Gotham, because right now we are just like pumping long balls forward at the Etihad Stadium, the 18th minute. Looks like probably I won't say Pepper's got the team wrong, but I'm still mystified about the style of play. Haaland is there is a chance of a counter attack. There is a chance of a counter attack. It's Jeremy Doku. It's Alvarez is through. Alvarez is through. Jeremy Doku is behind him actually. Ah, that is a great touchdown from John Stones. Jeremy Doku. Ah, Jeremy Doku should have looked to play the ball across the box rather than shooting. He literally closed his eyes and he was shooting there. Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku, Natanake, Manuel Akanji, Akanji. That is great by Jeremy Doku. Matthews Nunez. Nunez is, I think he's given the free roll and he's making some very good runs. There's no flag from the linesman, and the referee continues. It's a good decision from the linesman, to be honest. And John Stones striding now. Phil Foden, finally Phil Foden gets onto the ball. Why are you wasting Phil Foden on the right hand side again, Pep? Just don't know. Why do you want to waste Phil Foden on the right hand side? Give him the Nunez role. We are going nowhere with this attack. The attack looks blunt. Playing Phil. There's no creativity in the middle. Alvarez doesn't create. Nunez doesn't create. Same old problems. And what he does is he throws Foden on the right hand side, on the right wing. Doku once said that. I think it was Doku. No, it wasn't Doku. It was a big winger who once said that. I think it was Nicolas Anelka. Nicolas Anelka once said that when you're playing on the wing, it's almost like you have defenders on the both sides because the line is a defender as well. You just can't go past the line, and you have someone defending you from the other side as well. That is the hardest part of being a winger. It just limits your ability. Why do you want to lock up Phil Foden in that cage? To understand. Look at that. Everton will be happy. It is much easier to manage Foden, right? He's just thrown on a distant island on the far side. I don't know why Pep is doing this. Jeremy Doku, Nathan Ake, Julian, it's Matthews Nunes, Nathan Ake, and it's a free kick for City. It's a throw in for City, to be honest, not a free kick. I think if Foden plays in the middle and receives the ball in space, it will be very hard for Everton to deal with. Jeremy Doku gets the ball, but right now it's just you're not able to create anything. It's because you've thrown your best creator there. I know I'm repeating it, but yes, Foden's coming to the middle now. Look at it, Foden's coming to the middle now. I think it's Nunez who's given that right-sided job. Foden's coming to the middle now, and look at how fast the play is moving. One twos. The Everton defense is stunned. They're telling why is Foden moving here. This is not following Pep Guardiola's rules and stuff. But this is now if Foden plays like this, moving into the middle and stuff. I think throw Nunez on the right hand side. Foden's gone back there again. Erling Haaland almost got to the ball there, but it's kind of a scenario for him where that's well defended by Akanji. Akanji is just having a master class here. That's because we are just giving the ball away cheaply. Phil Foden with the ball. Everton are just looking to pump it forward. 23 minutes, and we have not been able to test Pickford more. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. The referee is allowing the match to flow on, so that's fine. Refereeing from him. That's well done by Ruben Diaz. Excellent tackle there. We need to test Pickford more. Don't know what we are doing. Need to test Pickford more, guys. Phil Foden. It's easy to mark him down on the right wing. Jeremy Doku's done extremely well. Godfrey sent back to Watford. Ah, that is wonderful from Jeremy Doku. And Everton get a throw, which is wrong according to my opinion, but Everton get a throw here. That was great from Jeremy Doku. It's just that no one could get on the end of it. That is excellent wing play from Jeremy Doku. I don't know where Haaland is. Nunez almost got there, but it's an Everton free kick, and now they'll take an R. Edison collects it, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin has turned to so much shit. He was thought as the next best inland striker and stuff, but he's just turned into an idiot. What a ball from Jeremy Doku. What a ball there. For Jeremy Doku. Doku goes past two Everton players. Ah! The cross was just too high. Cross was just too high. Jeremy Doku is just, killing that left hand side of Everton, but I think the cross could have been better. Look at what Jeremy Doku has done there. Jeremy Doku is absolutely killing the left hand side of Everton. Gautam says Haaland. Yeah, I thought the cross was not good, but the cross was good. The cross was good. Haaland has to do better to keep that header down. Haaland must score there. A striker of Haaland stature must score over there. There's nothing more. Jeremy Doku has absolutely destroyed the right hand side of Everton. I think it's Ben Godfrey over there. Ben Godfrey and Tarkowski, if I'm not wrong, he's absolutely destroyed them. It's been better in the last 3-4 minutes. But again, Foden, why are we not getting Foden into the middle? Foden thrown away on the right hand side. Everton are wasting a lot of time here. It's a throw in for City. I think we need to get Foden involved in the game as much as possible. We're not testing Pickford enough. Everton are not posing any threat there. Their attacking thing, to be honest. Jeremy Doku with the ball. I'm sorry, Nathan Ake with the throw. The match is just not kicked on, right? That's why I don't like these Saturday afternoon kickoffs, these Saturday evening kickoffs. It's all throw-ins from the last 1-2 minutes. Foden doesn't look happy. He should not be happy. Pepe's just thrown him into a deserted island on the right hand side. He's a hat trick hero. I mean, how can you? And he's got a hat trick playing through the middle, getting his goals through the middle. And what do? You check him on the right hand side, Pep. And when you ask that to Pep, he'll explain some complex tactical. stuff, which is not even needed for who needs to have tactics for defeating Sean Dyche's side. Phil Foden on the ball finally. What a ball! What a ball! Ah! That was a chance. Matthews Nunez, what was he trying to do over there? Chance, guys. That was a chance. Great ball from Foden. Fantastic ball from Foden to pick out the run of Nunez. And Nunez should be doing better. He needs to pick out Erling Haaland in that instance. Just looked lazy over there, Nunez. Ah, that was a good cross from Doku there. Well defended by Everton. Another ball needs to go in. That was not a good ball. Foden does well. Natanake. 30 minutes and nothing. We are not even testing Pickford enough. Crosses across the box are going out. Jeremy Doku with the ball. Haaland is not reacting quickly enough. This is most rusty I've seen Erling Haaland play. That is an excellent tackle from Natanake. Jeremy Doku. Atis Nunes had a chance. Haaland had a chance. That is a good pass from Alvarez to Jeremy Doku. Pickford with his shitty keeping as usual. Ah. And City are piling up the pressure now. This is where we want the game to be. City are piling up the pressure now. Jeremy Doku. Ah. Getting close. We are getting close. Throw in. Put the pressure up. Keep up the pressure. Getting closer. Getting close. Jeremy Doku was literally unplayable for Everton on that side. On our left hand side. He's creating havoc. There's no one in the box. And I don't know why they're crossing into the box. Gautam says pressure is building. The final ball is just not there. Gautam, I think Phil Foden needs to come into the middle. Phil Foden needs to come into the middle. But I would say Haaland's chance and the second chance as well when Matthews Nunes doesn't put a good cross in. I think they're very good moments. Everton are posing a threat now, but it's a goal kick. It's a straightforward strategy from Everton, literally long balls. One long ball forward and Calvert Lewin will get onto it. Foden picks out Haaland with an excellent pass and it's Julian Alvarez. Alvarez does excellently well. And referee gives a foul in Godfrey's favor. Alvarez does fantastically well over there. Look at Alvarez's skills. I think Godfrey is just not able to play against Doku, but 34 minutes gone and we've got nothing. It's all on Pep playing Phil Ford and somewhere else, and everything is to accommodate bloody Julian Alvarez in the middle. And today we are not even trying long shots. We were against Brentford. And Pickford is short as well, so we can try long shots. But I don't know. We are not. It's a weird formation. It's a weird positioning of players. I don't know, and I don't know why he's not even starting Grealish. This was a perfect match to actually start Grealish. Wonderful run there by Matthews Nunes. I don't know why he didn't lift it over Pickford. What a run by Matthews Nunes that is. What a run that was by Matthews Nunes. I didn't know why he didn't lift it over Pickford then. At the Etihad, we're not even testing Pickford. Ashley Young, bloody Ashley Young. Ashley Young crosses and gives an assist for a goal. I'll bloody switch it off. I'll bloody switch the stream off now. Bloody Ashley Young. He's winning the duel with Nathan Ake. What the hell? Look at that bloody Ashley Young. 8 more minutes are left. Manuel Akanji. Not such a great ball, and Everton get possession back again. I don't know why we are not able to build up. We are giving long balls. I don't know. From the starting, we have just been giving long balls, and long balls, and that's what Everton want. That's what Chondage wants. And Everton are happy with the point here. It's us who want all three. Everton are dictating the play now. Come on, not even able to press bloody Everton at the Etihad. That too. It's not even in Everton's home. One of the worst first halves, I would say. One of the worst first halves this season. One of the worst performances. One of the worst first half performances, I would say. Pep Guardiola would be fuming. He better be fuming on himself. The team just looks completely unbalanced. You're not even able to press Everton. Bloody put on a high press, and if you lose the ball, concede a goal. There's no shame in it. But you're bloody allowing Pickford, Godfrey, and all of that clown like Everton defense, Mikolenko, who pass through you. City plays are sloppy. We are not putting in the energy. I know we've had a game in midweek and stuff, but still. And Everton have had 57% possession in the last 5 minutes. At the Etihad, Everton are dominating position now. Come on. Fantastic, Pep. This is the reason why you play Foden on the right wing. You might bloody well have rested him. Edison gets the ball. I'll tell you what happens. Ruben Diaz will kick it long now and Everton will get the ball. The first thing I'm angry about is why are we wasting Phil Foden on the right wing? We are just not able to build through the back. That too from Everton's press. Come on, take more chances. We are much more better than that. Yes, that's a great ball there. That's a fantastic ball there. Matthews Nunes' runs are good, but his final ball is not there at all. Brathwaite does well. Can we finish this half on a high? You score one and you open Everton up. They will have to come out of their shell. Ake, Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku is just destroying Ashley Young and Ben Godfrey, and we're still not able to do anything. Again, I don't know what you guys think in the comments, but I think this is one of the worst first half performances I've seen from City. Jeremy Doku with the ball. I think Nunez is having a stinker as well, to be honest. That's a free kick for City. That's a free kick for City, and it's a good area too. It's a very good area too. It's a very good area. Can we do something from this free kick? Ah, was a good free kick, but was a good free kick. No one attacked it. That's the thing. I think Phil Foden that angle he should have tried at the near corner to find the back of the net rather than the far corner. 1 more minute to go. I bet there will not be more than 1 minute of added time because it's City playing and not Arsenal. What a shit first half. What a waste of a Saturday evening. I don't know how people buy Everton season tickets, Everton fans. They're so shit, Everton, and they just waste time. That's it. Especially with Pickford in there. Pickford is such a shit keeper. I can't bear him. And now it's Julian Alvarez. Ah! He nicked it, but he gave it straight to the Everton defender. Nothing's going well for City there. Alvarez nicked it. Should have taken some time there. Don't know why he tried to just find Erling Haaland in such a hurried manner. It's 3 minutes of added time. That's a good ball in there. Phil Foden. City have a chance. It's not exactly a counter, but there is space there to go forward for City. Matheus Nunes, John Stones, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, Matheus Nunes. I think this is the final chance we'll get in this half to do something. That's a corner for City. And that's another corner for City. I think this will be the last corner. That was a good block. Otherwise, Akanji, that was 1-0 to City. That was a good block. Well, that was obviously not a handball, and I think this will be the last kick of the half in what has been a very disappointing half for City. That's another corner for City. Yes, one more corner. So the last corner. I think they should just give this straight to Phil Ford and kick it straight to Phil Foden so that he can test Pickford. Can we get something from this? And I think that is one of the worst taken corners there. And it's one of the worst first halves in the last 2 3 seasons you would see at City. One of the worst first halves, I would say. A dull match, a boring match, dare I say, where City did not want to attack. I don't know why. It was full of tactical intricacies, sending Phil Foden bloody on the right wing, and that it's not that Everton put up a spirited performance or the Pickford was pulling out save after save after save. It was nothing. Everton did nothing. It is bloody Pep. Do you want to score goals or do you want to just find those passes and be happy with possession? Possession doesn't win you games, Pep. Well, one of the most boring and disappointing first halves, I would say. As far as it is concerned, I'll just come in a moment. Bayaji says both strikers are playing and can't even garner a shot on target. Embarrassing. You know, Bayaji, what is embarrassing? Embarrassing are Pep's tactics. I know I've repeated this 100 times on the stream, but you tell me, Bayaji, why is Phil Foden playing on the right wing? The most informed player in the Premier League scored a hat trick for you playing in that central midfield sort of position, attacking midfield sort of position. Why is he thrown away on the right wing? Why is he made redundant? We didn't even need Everton to mark Foden. Pep Guardiola himself has marked Phil Foden out of the game. Bayaji says without KDB, Foden needed in the middle. Nunez was average. That's all I didn't understand, Bayaji. I understand that someone needed to be on the right hand side instead of Bernardo Silva. It could be Jack Grealish. He could have put Matthews Nunez in there because Bernardo Silva offers you that pressing thing, work rate and stuff. So Nunez could have done that, and creativity Foden could have offered you in the middle. And why the hell are we trying to just play long balls? That to Everton, a physical side. Our best chance was in the 45th minute. Manuel Akanji and an Everton player blocked the shot. I don't understand this at all. And that too, this is not Everton away. Okay, Goodison Park, Saturday afternoon kickoff, nil-nil half time. I will still accept because it's a tough away ground to go to. But at the Etihad Stadium, where you have destroyed Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, you have destroyed Arsenal, you have destroyed, yeah, there have been seasons where you have destroyed Liverpool, and you put up this kind of a performance. And in the last 5-10 minutes, Everton overperformed in terms of possession for us. Everton had 57% possession, and we had 43% possession in the last 5 to 10 minutes. All of this was, shocking, I would say, shocking. They're showing the game's best chances, and I think Everton literally had the game's two best chances. Everton, one Doku's ball giveaway which Edison caught. I think Everton had two best chances in the game. Just that their creative midfielders are not good enough. If this was Brentford, even Tony, I think we are 2-0 down at this stage. City have been poor, giving balls away. Doku's been giving balls away. Doku's been the best player attacking wise, I would say. I just think bloody bring Bernardo Silva on and put Phil Foden in the middle. That's the change needed. Or you bring Kyle Walker on and you play Foden in the middle. Kyle Walker instead of Akanji. Tactically, Pep Guardiola has got it wrong. He's messed up with a system that was starting to roll, which is again interesting because Pep doesn't do this, especially in the second half of the season. Pep doesn't do this. Okay, Pep rotates personnel, I agree, but Pep doesn't, change the structure of the team. And Pep has changed the structure of the team now. JSK says dull match, and like I said, Alvarez admit doesn't work. Why it's so hard to understand? JSK, I think Alvarez is sort of playing just behind Foden, sorry, just behind Haaland in a 4-4-1-1 sort of a system. But the problem is, I think the problem is not Alvarez because it worked against Brentford. It worked against against Everton. Alvarez was striker, but it works. I think because Alvarez presses and it means Haaland doesn't want to press. Haaland doesn't have to press. But you know what is not working? Matthews Nunes in the middle is not working because Matthews Nunes in the middle, and suddenly you throw Phil Foden out wide because that is the only spot. Alvarez can't play there. Nunez, I don't know, he can play on the right or stuff. So throw Phil Foden there because Phil Foden through the middle, and I think we paused this match. We are up by a couple of goals. Phil Foden through the middle is a different game altogether. Pep has Pep given Everton a gift by playing Phil Foden on the right hand side. And Erling Haaland, as usual, missing chances. Easy chance on Doku, should have scored. Skied it with the header. So Phil Foden on the right hand side is actually not working. That is the single biggest reason because Phil Foden through the middle, suddenly, two centre backs and Haaland, Foden's free. How did we score that goal against Brentford? The second goal where Foden goes off unmarked and does a header. Ben Mee against Brentford watches Phil Foden and Erling Haaland both there in the attacking positions, and Ben Mee along with Pinnock mark Haaland. Two centre backs on Haaland. Everton are doing the same. Brathwaite and Tarkowski on Haaland. There's no free runner through the middle. Alvarez is busy pressing somewhere else. Nunez, I don't know, he tried, but Nunez is not Phil Foden when getting into the box. So I think Phil Foden in the middle can actually change the game, will actually change the game. I don't know if he'll bring Phil Foden into the middle, I don't know. But for that to happen, two things, at least one of the two things should happen. I think Kyle Walker needs to play in place of Akanji, or Bernardo Silva needs to come in place of Nunez so that Foden can play through the middle. I mean, even playing Kovacic would have yielded better results actually than Matthews Nunez because Nunez is not creative. Kovacic is creative. Kovacic picks passes. It's other than for physicality, I don't. And Everton's midfield is not that physical as well. Joel Garner and Idrissa Gueye, they are not physical as well. Ashley Young on one side, Dwight McNeil on the other side. This is one of the least physical Everton midfields you would probably see since Carlo Ancelotti left, I think. This Everton midfield is not physical at all. Still, I don't know why Pepper's gone for Matthews Nunes. Matthews Nunes for me seems to be a strange choice because it has disrupted the entire system. JSK says, by the way, should we get Frankie Dion next season? Barca is willing to sell him for 100 million. 100 million, I think, is too much for Frankie de Jong, I think. Uh, where do you see the role of Frankie de Jong as? I'm just thinking actually. Can he be a KDB successor? No, Frankie de Jong is not a KDB successor. Again, I think it depends. 100 million. I mean, there's a rumor that you're gonna get Joshua Kimmich for 25 million or something. If Kimmich's possible, I think Kimmich, Frankie de Jong, I think Kimmich should be a better fit than Frankie de Jong right now in our system. Uh, it's actually interesting, but it's actually interesting. I don't know what would you like, Joshua Kimmich or Frankie de Jong, because both would be playing in a similar sort of a position. I think JSK says he can be Gundogan's successor. Yeah, that's there. But you'll have to even buy a Rodri backup. Frankie de Jong can be a Gundogan successor. That is true. That is absolutely true. Frankie de Jong can uh, do that. It's interesting actually because Kimmich, Frank, I don't think we'll be able to afford both. But wages are a concern, JSK. Wages are a concern, I think, because Frankie de Jong will be on 350,000 or something, which is not 300,000. I think he's at Barca, so wages will be a concern, especially based on this FFP thing and stuff. But Joshua Kimmich or Frankie de Jong, I know Frankie de Jong can be a Gundogan successor, but aren't we moving away from that system? Aren't we moving away from that system where it was Rodri, Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne? Instead, aren't we now trying to play with Rodri and then two tens? I think we are, especially with the wingers, especially with Jeremy Doku in there, and rumors that will go for Savio. Not rumors. We have done the deal with Savio. It's almost done. Savio is there. Oscar Bob is there on the right wing. See, when Gundogan played, it's interesting because you had Grealish and Bernardo Silva both sort of holding the width and something performing the defensive work and all of those things. But now with Doku coming in to orthodox wingers, see the last time City played with two orthodox wingers, Sterling and Sane, you just had Fernandino holding and there were two tens. So I think it's apparent that whenever Pep plays with two true wingers who are rapid, fast, I think Pep likes to play with two number 10s. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic there with regards to Frankie De Jong. JSK says or Kimmich can play right back as well. And the advantage JSK with Joshua Kimmich is Joshua Kimmich, I think it's the Chinese New Year coming up or something because at the Etihad Stadium they're showing a dragon. They're doing some dragon festivities. Hopefully we get the fire of the dragon and do something in the second half. But JSK, I think Kimmich is interesting because Kimmich can do the John Stones role as well. I think Kimmich can do the John Stones role as well. I think more than right back, I think Kimmich can. I think right back could be Jan Kuto because because with the right back again, I think seeing how Pep is playing Kyle Walker, I think uh, Pep would want someone to go up and down. Though I have some doubts over Kuto's defensive abilities. I think Kuto's crossing is just something else. So I think Jan Kuto. But with Kimmich, he can be Rodri's successor. He can play as a pivot to Rodri. He can do that box midfield thing. He can play the John Stones position. So with Kimmich, I think you're getting two, three things. And Kimmich for me, I think is the best long range passer. One of the best long range passers in world football. He's almost there in that ilk of a Xabi Alonso's and something in terms of that long range passing. So Kimmich for 25 million pounds is a steal, I think, and he won't be on huge wages like Frankie De Jong as well. I would go for Kimmich in a way. JSK says, I think Florian Wirtz can be the best successor of Kevin De Bruyne. What about Claudio Echeverri? That is another very interesting thing because Claudio Echeverri. Again, I might be wrong, but I think the moment we signed Claudio Echeverri, I don't think we're going in for Florian Wirtz. I know this might be a bit controversial, but I don't see where because Phil Foden will have his place in the midfield. You can't just throw Phil Foden from to the right wing or something from now on. So Phil Foden will be there, and I can't imagine us signing both Florian Wirtz and Claudio Echeverri. Signing Florian Wirtz as well after we signed Claudio Echeverri. So I think the moment we sign Claudio Echeverri, I think we might not go for Florian Wirtz again. Unless Pep takes a leaf out of Michel's Girona manager's handbook and wants to play three tens. I don't know about that. So, yeah, Florian Wirtz is an interesting one, but people say Claudio Echeverri is very good as well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with another shit shot. And Everton have started the second half where they left off. This transfer window is going to be one of the most interesting ones for City. It's going to be one of the most hectic as well. We have a lot to do. Rodri's successor, KDB's successor, Kyle Walker's successor. JSK says Ashavari is not proven. Uh, they actually say he's proven in the Brazilian leagues. I know with all due respect to the Brazilian leagues, but I think the flip side to that is Henrik Mkhitaryan was the best assist maker when United signed him, right? It was United who signed him, right? And then he was sitting in the Premier League. So I don't know. So it's I know Florian Wirtz is different, he's a generational talent and stuff, but with Claudio Echeverri, people say, I mean, City scouting network, Pep Guardiola calling Claudio Echeverri, I think there has to be something Pep has seen in him, to be honest, I think. And the way he moves in between spaces and stuff, so there must be something his movement, the way he sees the pass, so there must be something Pep has seen him in to lock up the deal. Again, JSK, the thing is with Frankie de Jong, it's interesting because Foden's playing through the middle now, and look at those runs which Foden's making. Look at it now. Foden's playing through the middle. Now this is what we wanted. And it's a foul in favor of Everton there. Foden's playing through the middle now. Now it's much more better. The attack looks much more in free flow. Yeah, I was saying something with Frankie de Jong. I think if you guys remember, we signed Maxima Perone, and Perone was said to be the next Frankie de Jong. I know he's sent out on loan. The loan spells maybe not going so well, but so I think instead of buying Frankie de Jong for 100, I think Pep would take the gamble on Maxima Perone because Perone got some minutes I think last season and he looked good to be honest. Jeremy Doku gets to the ball first. I think Doku needs to recycle it. Yes, recycled it well. Nunes does well. Ah, for a moment I thought Alvarez shot was on target, but it was just so much off the mark. City looked much better at least in this first 3 minutes. 3 minutes have just gone by that way, to be honest. Phil Foden, Rodri, Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake. That's a very good. Phil Foden's now being given the free role. Matthews Nunes has been pushed to the right hand side. I think this was what we were discussing in the break as well. Look at Foden there. That's a foul, and it's a free kick for City. Alvarez to take the free kick. Take the free kick fast. I think the best person to play on the right hand side is either Bernardo Silva or Jack Grealish. I know Pep doesn't like to play left footers on the right hand side, but you can't sacrifice Phil Foden on the right hand side. I call that right wing role, at least now in the system Pep is playing, especially if you want to play Alvarez and Foden in the free role, a sacrificial role. Edison as the third centre back, you could say. Oh, almost they picked up the run of Erling Haaland, but Haaland does well to get the ball back. Phil Foden, Matthews Nunes. Foden's making runs through the middle. That's a great ball from Matthews Nunes. Foden slips at the worst moment, but City get the ball back. Hopefully, yes, get the ball back. Manuel Akanji, the tempo has been good at the start of this half. Tempo has been very good from City. Ah, that was good defending from Everton. Doku is just throwing too much for the Everton defenders, to be honest. Doku was clearly onside. His final product is also good, actually, to be honest. Just that Erling Haaland is not able to get in front of the Everton defenders. The another Everton defender is down. Ben Godfrey. I don't know if Yeremina is still playing at Everton, but he was a right break. Look at Everton wasting time. I think like basketball, they should have a stop clock and they should just stop the time whenever a player is down or something. Now Papa's discussion with Phil Foden. The worry now is City have not, created any big chances. That's the entire worry. That's the biggest worry for me. The Everton player is taking his time. I think why do they take 5-10 minutes to come on? 5-10 minutes to restart the game. I don't know. It's a City throwing. Just get on with the game fast. Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Phil Foden. That's a foul in favor of City. Just give a yellow card. Just bloody give a yellow card. Ref, give a yellow card. Idrisige is arguing why. See, look at what Phil Foden's doing to Everton's midfielders. Nothing of that sort was done in the first half. Yellow card for Idrisage. This could have been a sin when blue card and he would be off for 10 minutes. I don't know why Ben Godfrey is always going down. There are like intense discussions between Pep Guardiola and Juan Malilo. Let's see what the set piece coach is, what innovativeness the set piece coach has brought. Pep on the sidelines is more interesting than the game, to be honest. And Kevin De Bruyne has been called on to get ready. Kyle Walker has been called on to get ready. Jack Grealish is not. Jack Grealish has been called on to warm up, but I think it's Kevin De Bruyne who's coming on. This idiot Godfrey is just wasting so much time. Oh, Godfrey is out and Seamus Coleman comes on. This is going to be interesting now. Seamus Coleman defensively, Ashley Young and Seamus Coleman on that side, on Everton's right hand side. Ah, that was not a good free kick. Mark says, don't blink. Kevin De Bruyne is coming on. Why would you blink, Mark? Why would you blink? Kevin De Bruyne is coming on. King Kevin is coming on very early in the second half. That was not a foul. The linesman's just, that was not a foul. That is not a foul. Just Haaland showing his physicality, that's all. Kyle Walker's coming on. Kevin De Bruyne is coming on. Aston Nunez is out. And Akanji is out. Yes. Nunez still has to learn quite a bit, I would say. Now this is City's strongest team, I think. This is exactly the team we played against Brentford. Of course, Guardiola uh, is the only one who's not playing in Stones is playing, but yeah. Kevin De Bruyne comes on. And it's Everton's throw. They're taking bloody so much time on throws and stuff. Look at it, the speed in play once Kevin De Bruyne is there. Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne, Nathan Ake. Everton on the counter attack. My God, it's a 4v4 there. Kyle Walker does well. He recovers and does well. Kyle Walker. Somehow there's no fluidity still today. Everton have a good chance there on the right hand side, on their right hand side, and City defend well. Jeremy Doku does well. Rodri, he does well. John Stones coming into the midfield. City at Pep is trying to flood the box with numbers. John Stones coming forward as well. Julian Alvarez, Kyle Walker, Nathan Ake, Jeremy Doku is holding his whip. The ball has to go to Doku and it does go to Doku. Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne. Alvarez just couldn't control the ball, but those are the kind of through balls we are not seeing in the first half at all. At least we have seen something like that. Nathan Ake again. Nathan, just pass it faster, Nathan. Just pass it faster. John Stones, Kyle Walker, Edison, John Stones again. It's already on the hour mark. 60 minutes gone. Jeremy Doku, the pass was. I don't know why we are slipping so much today. Don't know why we are slipping so much today. Foden slipped there a couple of minutes ago. Doku slipped now. Eddie, it's an hour mark gone. Look at that. City have 11 shots, but zero shots on target. Zero shots on target. Foden slipping there again. Rodri does well. Kevin De Bruyne retains the ball. Haaland dummies it and gives it to Doku. Haaland receives the ball back from Doku and good ball. It's just that no one was gambling at the far post. There's no one gambling at the far post. Very good piece of play there. De Bruyne, Doku. Someone had to gamble at the far post. That's all. Someone had to gamble at the far post. It's a corner. Kevin De Bruyne is taking it, not Julian Alvarez. Things are serious. Otherwise, Alvarez would be taking it. That's never a foul. Walker didn't even touch him. Bloody book the Everton player for diving. Idrissa Gana Gay. He's an absolute shithead. There's nothing in that. Everton are just wasting time here. It's City's throw in. Get the throw in faster. Everton had one shot on target. We have not even had one shot on target. 11 shots on goal, that's fine, but zero shots on target. Ruben Diaz. Gautam says Oscar Bob should be bought on. But in whose place, Gautam, I think you need to remove Julian Alvarez then. I think the tempo's been much better. The tempo's been much better actually. The second half. Doku loses the ball there. And it's a corner for City. Tempo's been better. Tempo's better. Tempo's been better. It's just that I think we'll get a chance. It's just that can we take advantage of it? That's the thing. I think it's Kevin De Bruyne with the corner. Ah, the intention of the corner was something else and something else has happened. That's a waste of a corner, but yeah, the intention was Jeremy Doku again. Jeremy Doku is the only one who's looked so dangerous to getting on the ball. Look at that first time pass from KDB. Doku has to give it to KDB. I think Foden's playing centrally already. Gautam, I think Foden's already playing centrally. I think it's Alvarez is also playing centrally. It's Kyle Walker who's doing this up and down on the right. Foden's playing centrally already. We do not have a right winger right now. That's excellent skill there by Phil Foden. It's a corner, I think. It's a goal kick. My God. Kyle Walker's crossing is just so bad. Excellent work and not even one shot. Oscar Bob is told to warm up along with that's a City throw. Oscar Bob is told to warm up there along with Rico Lewis. A lot Everton are wasting so much time here. There's nothing in that. It's a pure blatant dive from the Everton player. It's a dive from the Everton player. Already 66 minutes gone. Nathan Ake. Kyle Walker. Rodri. And the shots rising. Never a shot. And now the Everton player will sleep on the Etihad turf till tomorrow morning. Just have a bit of water and come. This just the match is so dull. Everton just waste so much time. They play time wasting and not football. Everton, they're just so pathetic. Everton, it's just wasting time, wasting so much time. That's all. That's why in the first half we should have gone all out on Everton. Just had them a few goals down and then that's a throw in for City. Kevin De Bruyne, his turn of pace is just so underrated. Even today, it's underrated. Rodri, nice pass. Phil Foden receives it. That's a throw in. That's a corner for City. Good play from City there. Foden, Kyle Walker, another injury for an Everton player. It's almost like whenever Everton players touch football with their foot, they're complaining of some of the other injury problems. Julian Alvarez. It's another corner for City. You just put the ball in, Oli, and put the ball in, bang the ball in. That's all. Bang the ball in. No more. And City score! And who scores? Who scores? Erling Haaland! Erling Haaland scores! What a finish from Erling Haaland! The bliss, the attacking bliss, Gotham, the attacking bliss. Erling Haaland scores. He shakes off his rust with a powerful shot. Erling Haaland, wow! Just look at him celebrate the monster. Erling Haaland. Wow, what a goal from Erling Haaland. He was the only one who could have made this dull day exciting. Erling Haaland. If Pickford tried to stop the ball, even he would have gone inside the net. There can, of course, be no offside, right? From a corner. There's a good header initially from Rodri and great finish from Haaland. Not an easy finish from at all from Haaland. The power with which the ball was hit, look at it. The technique, the power, it hit Pickford, and Pickford will be glad it has not taken Pickford inside with him. What a goal that is from Erling Haaland, the pusher. Come on, City. Come on. But I think we need to score the second. We need to score the second, guys. We need to score the second. 1-0 is always a 10 score line in football, more than any other sport. Gautam says finally the goal drought has ended, and it's one of the toughest finishes as well, Gautam. The finish was just all thanks to your attacking bliss, I would say. Finish was so difficult. Finish was like he did straight at Pickford, but the power was so high. The power was so much that Pickford just couldn't do anything. We need to score the second now. We can't relax to score the second. It's a free kick for City. Well done, Kyle Walker. Well done. I think it's Mikolenko there with that one. JSK says finally, finally, JSK, finally. Erling Haaland, and you look at the strike. It just showed how much Haaland wanted the goal drought to end. He stuck it at Pickford. It's not that he stuck it at the corner, but the strike was so powerful that the ball hit Pickford's hand and still it went into goal. If Pickford tried more to stop it, I'm pretty sure it would have taken Pickford into goal as well. We need to score the second now, JSK. We need to score the second. We just can't relax on this. We need to score the second. NTP is here. He says CC. JSK says an awful goalkeeping by Pickford. Mm. Nathan Ake with the ball. Kevin De Bruyne. Look at the run by Kyle Walker there inside into the box. Superb, superb. Kyle Walker. Foden and Kyle Walker are just tearing it up. Making those runs down the right hand side. Wow. Now City are drawing Everton on, and they're actually playing the game. NTP says, I'm Vietnam. That's great. And hopefully you support City and Everton now. Everton not able to string passes together, but we need to score the second. So NTP, which team do you support? Do you support City? If not, which team do you support in the PL? JSK says Ortega could have easily saved it. JSK, I'm very sure Ortega will even save Asteroid, even if will save the Earth from Asteroid, even if it's impossible. It was almost a mix-up between Ederson and Diaz over there. Haaland, how about a Haaland hat trick today? How about a Haaland hat trick today, guys? That would be perfect, especially before we go to Haaland's birth region, not birthplace, birth region, Scandinavia. It's Copenhagen away, right? In midweek. Jeremy Doku. Doku deserves at least an assist, if not a goal. I think the balance wasn't there in the first half. Otherwise, the game should have been over in the first half. Akanji and Nunez were just not working. Especially with Akanji there was no overlap. Akanji was going through the middle and not on the overlap. So Foden was anyway isolated and it became too easy for Everton to defend against Foden. And Nunez is not the most creative. So I think both of Pep got it wrong. And now Bernardo Silva is coming. This is interesting. 19 goals of so Alvarez goes of Bernardo Silva is coming. I think this is one of the more proper and conventional teams. I think now Haaland strike and it's Foden and De Bruyne two tens. Bernardo will hold the width along with Doku, two proper wingers and Rodri there. So I think this is one of the more conventional lineups. Not the best lineup I would say, but conventional lineups. Gautam just Bernardo in. Just Gautam Bernardo in. And Everton are making a lot of substitutions. I think Gautam, this is one of the more conventional lineups Pep Guardiola has put in. And Onana is coming on and B2 is coming on. So Chandais is going for more physicality in Everton's midfield. I think even at nil-nil, Dai should have done the same changes basically. Because Dai just come here to nick that one goal. Beto is coming on. Beto was hyped about a lot when he came in last season. Actually, in Fantasy Premier League, he was given ranking of 42, which is interesting. Doku loses the ball and it's a counter attack. Bloody Doku loses the ball and it's a counter attack now. That's well blocked. That's a very good block. We need to score the second. To score the second. It's a foul on Erling Haaland. Gautam says, is Grealish injured? No, Gautam. Grealish is, like always, Grealish is drunk, I think. Grealish is drunk. No, Grealish is not injured, Gautam. I think there's no place for Jack Grealish, to be honest. There's no place for Jack Grealish in the team because ahead of whom will you play Jack Grealish? That's the question. I think Doku or Grealish. And I think Pep is preferring Doku. I think even Oscar Bob is actually ahead of Jack Grealish in the pecking order, to be honest. Bernardo Silva, a shoot touch on the right wing. Wow. I just think Riyad Mahrez went away from us. I mean, left the club from us and a year too early. I think Mahrez would have been exceptional. He would be playing day in, day out this season. It's a goal kick. Doku is still in the party mood, Gautam. Who knows? Another party might be coming before he gets sober. Yeah, Gautam, I just forgot. By the way, you're right. Gautam says, no, I want him now for his special abilities. We needed Doku has done his job. Exactly. Just imagine Grealish and Haaland, that special combination. But Onana is there. And the striker has anyway put it wide. You look at how the Everton striker has gone through offside. I think it's Beto who's gone through on goal and has put it and has put it wide of goal. But let's see, was it offside or not? I mean, he was miles offside. He was bloody miles offside. He was miles offside. That's how injuries happen. It's miles offside. That was risky from Kyle Walker. But it's gone out and it's a city throw. We need those special abilities, Gotham now. But I think what we need is a brace from Haaland. We need another goal from Haaland, I think. More than anything else. We need another goal from Haaland. That's it. That's a throw into City. I don't know what the linesman's doing there. Gautam says poor referee. I think both the linesmen, I don't know what they're doing because the referee has been decent enough, I think, at least till now. We need to take the bloody ball from Everton. I don't know what Edison was doing there, to be honest. Ball's gone out, but maybe he did the right thing coming out. Again, do we need to play such a high line? I don't know. Kevin De Bruyne does well with the defensive work. Defensive work. That's of Kyle Walker, and it's another throwing for Everton. We need to be careful here. We need to be careful here, guys. To be very careful here. Thank God Godfrey is not there. Otherwise, we would have to deal with this long throws. Need to defend well here. Still a lot of time in the match. Especially from when Onana is come on, not the United goalkeeper Onana, but Amadou Onana, I think. Everton midfielder. Everton's Ake slips, but the slip helps him recover. There could be a chance of a counter attack here. Kevin De Bruyne. Erling Haaland's through. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's gone through. And Erling Haaland scores! And he finishes up the match! Erling Haaland! Ah! He roars like a beast! Erling Haaland finishes Everton off! Wow! Wow! Erling Haaland's done it! Wow! Gerard Brathwaite! Pickford! Get in! Just look at what Erling Haaland's done! Wow! 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 Haaland's gone through on goal and look at how he sat down Pickford. Lesser strikers would have tried to chip the ball, but look at what Haaland's done. Look at that finish. Erling Haaland's back. We want a hat-trick Erling from you. We want a hat-trick Erling from you. Good luck for Nathan Ake with the slip finally. There's obviously no offside. He's taking the ball. Gerard Brathwaite can't deal with him physically, and Jordan Pickford, he just sat down. Jordan Pickford, Erling, woo! That finishes why he's called as the best striker in the world. That goal sums up everything about Erling Haaland. That goal is why Erling Haaland is the best striker in the world. Wow. And it was a KDB assist, right? If I'm not wrong. It was a KDB assist. Look at Pep Guardiola. Whoa! It was a KDB assist, right? And Brathwaite wants a foul. Maybe you're not getting any fouls, son. That was the KDB assist, right? And Gautam. Gautam's KDB's assist was absolutely blissful. And Gautam, another player has come on. Your plus is working wonders. Jack Grealish for his special abilities. And Haaland is laughing seeing Jack Grealish come on. Erling Haaland is now telling himself, time for some entertainment. Gautam just Pep listening to me. Jack Grealish in for Doku. Can Haaland score a hat trick? That is the thing. Kyle Walker, keep the ball, Kyle. Keep the ball. But it's insane, right? The rate of assists for KDB. I think KDB, if I'm not wrong, has had an assist, at least one assist in each game. Yes, he's had one assist in each game that is played in since his come back from injury, right? Newcastle, Burnley, Brentford, Everton. Four assists for KDB. I think at this rate, even playing half the season, he would break theory. He would at least equal theory on his record, I think. Maybe. That ball from KDB is just superb. KDB wasn't on the pitch, the ball would go to Doku, and that's what was happening in the first half. Ball was going to Doku, and Everton could defend. This ball went straight to Haaland. Haaland one on one against Brathwaite. Now tell Everton to waste time. Now tell Everton to roll on the Etihad pitch. We'll even provide them with some mattresses. Tell them to roll. Now look at it. They're making it faster. Gautam says aging like a fine wine, KDB. The finest wine, Gautam. He is like a century old wine, even more than that. For me, he's the best player to grace the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne. I don't care. People might say Cristiano Ronaldo, Cantona, Henry. I think Kevin De Bruyne is better than all of them. Kevin De Bruyne is better than all of them for me. This could be controversial, but I haven't seen anyone with his vision, with his assists, with his goal scoring prowess. The guy's got everything. Football brain. JSK says, I missed the second goal due to lag issue. How did he score the goal? Describe P. Mohan. Nathanake slips JSK and the slip allows him to get the ball in our half. And then Nathanake plays the ball to KDB, plays the ball out to KDB. Erling Haaland is there running one on one against Brathwaite. KDB passes the ball to Erling Haaland. Haaland against Brathwaite one on one. Erling Haaland first pushes, physically he deals with Brathwaite and Brathwaite goes down to the floor. Then he takes the ball and he waits near Pickford. Pickford goes down to the floor and he just passes the ball into the net beneath Pickford. He just lifts the ball over Pickford. Fantastic goal. And Erling Haaland celebrated like he roared like a monster after that goal. What KDB assist Haaland goal. It was a typical KDB assist Haaland goal. One on one, one on one. Had the centre back on the ground and had the goalkeeper on the ground. Chance for Everton, chance for Everton, chance for Everton. Everton score, but it's offside. But it's offside. Gautam, Everton score, but it's offside. Let's see if it was offside or not. It was clearly offside. It was bloody well offside. JSK says, man, he didn't miss. JSK, he didn't look like he would miss, JSK. That was the thing. Against Brentford, he looked like he would miss. My God. You know what's the added time? 10 minutes plus 10. Just imagine if it was 1-0, 10 minutes of nervousness. If that goal wasn't offside, 10 minutes of nervousness plus 10. Is Mikel Arteta telling the referee to add on time? 10 minutes. That's what Gautam. I don't know why it is 10 minutes. I'm sure if we were trialing, if we were goal down, it would not have been 10 minutes. 10 minutes? What the hell happened for 10 minutes? Two goals, that's it. There was no big injury, this thing. Regular substitutions. There was nothing for 10 minutes. I'm shocked, Gautam. 10 minutes? I'm very sure if City is like 1-0 trialing or something, it would have been 2 minutes. Last season, if you guys remember, referee's equipment got referee's equipment was not working well and something, and literally 15 minutes were wasted, and the referee gave only 10 minutes of added time. Now, I don't know why he's given 10 minutes of added time. And JSK, by the way, he didn't look like he would miss. To be honest, he didn't look like he would miss. He took his time. If you see the replay back, he took his time with Pickford. He took his time with Brathwaite. JSK says Godfrey took some time twice, but but JSK generally if someone's taken out on a stretcher or something, even then I think you don't see 10 minutes of added time. Even then you see 7-8 minutes. Godfrey took some time, but it wasn't much, right? You know, I'm pissed off because we are leading. We can just finish off the game and go happily, right? But we have Jack Grealish. Time for Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland special abilities. Bernardo Silva is also joining Jack Grealish now. Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish. It was Ake, not Bernardo Silva. I'm sorry. Ake, Grealish, Ake again. Jack Grealish. Again, City are just playing football in that corner. But the second goal is a relief, just otherwise it would be such a tense ending. 10 minutes, and I'm sure if it was 1-0, the referee would have added 1-2 minutes on top of the 10 minutes as well. 3 minutes gone. Now, Gautam, the last I felt this tense was in the Nottingham Forest game. You remember we were down to 10 men fairly early in the second half, Rodri, and then we had 1-0, a one goal to protect, 1-0 lead to protect 10. It was 4-5 minutes of added time, and we were tense. The only thing I hope is in the first half, like in the first 5 minutes of this extra time, we don't concede a goal. That's the only thing. Gautam, just Rodri toying. And it's a City free kick. Take your time, guys. Take your time. Take your time. And Gautam, I was not as tense as this, but you remember Leeds United last season at the running to the title race. We were 2-0 leading. Akanji does a mistake. It becomes 2-1, and the last 7-8 minutes was so tense. My God. KDB with the ball. Can Haaland finish it off with his hat trick? He's given it to Jack Grealish. They should have taken it to the corner, to be honest. Phil, just don't repeat the mistake you have done against Crystal Palace. That's the thing. Just don't repeat the mistake you have done against Crystal Palace. That's the only thing. 10 minutes is too much, literally too much. See, the opposite side of it is Everton were the ones who wasted time, and now they are getting the advantage, right? In a way, because they are the team who are trialing, right? So it's not fair. It's not fair. I'm the team that has tried to play the game fairly and not waste any time and stuff. So it's a throw in for Everton. Clock is ticking by. Half of the extra time is done. The second goal is a big relief, to be honest. Just don't concede a goal in the next 2 to 3 minutes. That is the aim, to be honest. Jack Grealish with the ball. I think they're afraid to touch Jack Grealish, and that's a foul in City's favor. Jack Grealish is toying with them. Look at it. Look at Jack Grealish. He's having fun. He's getting the Everton players riled up. This is what we need. Gotham does it again. He's literally toying Gotham. He's walking slowly. It's almost like Michael Jackson would do that moon step, moon dance, whatever they would call it. Moonwalk. Slowly he would walk back. That is what Jack Grealish is doing, but in forward motion. Jack Grealish is doing that moonwalk with football in the forward motion there. Jack Grealish. Wow. They're afraid to touch him because they know he'll fall down. I think Jack has a great future in Hollywood, to be honest, or in cinema, to be particular. Look at Bernardo Silva there. Gautam says, I just love him for his special abilities and his connection with Haaland. I think Everton just can't tolerate if he starts to do those things with Haaland as well. Both of them taking the ball to the corner. Last year, Newcastle were just outright riled up. And now Bernardo Silva also joining. Grealish, Bernardo Silva. If these people decide I don't want to give the ball, either you have to foul him or you foul them or you have to forget it. You're not getting the ball. Bernardo Silva. Erling Haaland thought he might have a chance there for his hat trick. Kevin De Bruyne sliding. Haaland says our ball and he gets it. 10 minutes navigated without a fuss. I was unnecessarily tensed. But that strike from Haaland was special. Without that strike, the second goal doesn't happen. Everton will not be so open. But the second goal was typical Haaland. The second goal signified that Erling Haaland was back and is back with a bang. Edison catches the ball. Gautam's first goal was second brutal. Second goal was absolutely bliss. I think the first goal was pure instinct. I think Gautam, he just, as a striker, he saw the ball, he hit it. But I think the second goal was what was signified, that he just shook off all his rust and Erling Haaland's back. The second goal for me signified Haaland's back because it's not an easy finish. One on one. First, you have to deal with the centre back. Then going one on one with the goalkeeper is not so easy. And Erling Haaland, it is almost the same sort of finish if you see against Brentford as well. We was one on one. He couldn't finish it, but here he just lifted the ball up a bit. And against Brentford in midweek, he hit it low. I think when a striker can lift that ball up in such a way, it's just that he's back. KDB is through. Ah, could have just finished it off with a KDB finish. That would have been absolutely blissful. That would have been wonderful. No, that would have been tight in a way. The offside trap would have been tight for KDB. I think the best thing would have been to tee up Foden, but 100th minute we couldn't fault KDB for taking the shot. But City with this win go top of the Premier League table. We are back where we belong. People said City were dropping off very bad first half of the season. People like Gary Neville said Arsenal, this and that. People said Liverpool will be the ones and City will struggle to catch Liverpool and all of that stuff. People said City will not have the hunger this season after the treble, and look at it where we are. Goal difference top. Equal number of matches played, points top. Pressure back on Liverpool, pressure back on Arsenal, dare I say, maybe pressure back on Aston Villa as well. If not Spurs, but City go to the top of the Premier League table, and who propels it? Who propels it? Erling Haaland propels it in one of the most brutal first time finishes for his first goal, and one of the most elegant first time finishes for his second goal. Erling Haaland's back, guys. Erling Haaland's back. Bayaji says Doku did everything right except final ball. Bayaji, I think Doku gave. Yes, he missed one or two balls, but I think in general Doku's final ball was, I think, good because they were twice or thrice. No one was gambling onto the far post. No one was gambling in the middle. Haaland was always looking for the cutback, which he generally gets when a Grealish is playing there or something like that. But but Haaland never got the cutback. Doku was flashing it across the box, so there was no one there to gamble. That header for Haaland, I think Haaland should have scored from that. It was for Haaland's stature, it was not a difficult chance. That was a difficult chance, but for a striker like Haaland, for his physicality, for his height, he should have scored that. So Doku's final ball, yes, there could be question marks, but there was a couple of good final balls as well. No one gambled it onto the far post or near post. I think Doku and Haaland's connection is still not made because Haaland's been injured when Doku's been playing regularly in that November December sort of times, because generally the strategy with Pep is winger cut back and Haaland hits it, but here it's been flashing across the box. And generally, when you flash across the box with Pep Guardiola, it's almost a winger to winger goal, because if you observe Sane flash across the box, Sterling goal, Sterling flash across the box, Sane goal. It's a winger to winger goal. But I don't think I've ever seen a winger to striker goal in terms of flashing across the box and goal for Pep under Pep Guardiola's tutelage. It's always been a winger to winger goal under Pep. So I think Haaland was occupying different positions. I think more than the final ball, I think that awareness of Doku and Haaland. I think maybe Doku. as he plays more with Haaland, maybe realizes that okay, I go there, but Haaland is on the edge of the box somewhere like that. I need to have a cutback instead of flashing it across the box, or I need to mix it up. I think it depends on that. Once the connection is made, just imagine once both of them understand each other, just like Haaland and De Bruyne understood each other, City will be unplayable because do you stop the pass from De Bruyne? Do you stop the or do you stop the pass from Doku? If you stop both, there is Phil Foden to contend with as well. So so I think it's just that with Doku, it will take a bit more time for that understanding to develop. But yeah, Erling Haaland's back. Like Bayaji says, Haaland De Bruyne is back. The combination is back. It is a classic. It was a classic goal for the best striker in the world. This is how the best strikers in the world, play. Showed the physicality to the defenders, sat down the goalkeeper, and finished it ahead of the Champions League game in midweek. Ahead of Haaland going to his region, Scandinavia. Haaland's back. And Pep, in a way, I have to say, Pep played it perfectly, you would say, because he's given rest to people like De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva in the first half, brought them on in the second half at the right time, didn't leave it too late, and so they got some minutes and they're ready for the Champions League as well, and they're not too overstrained due to the midweek fixture. So, so interesting, I would say, I doubted Pep Guardiola's formation and stuff in the starting, but I think he played it to perfection. He managed the minutes to perfection for De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, to be honest. And thanks a lot, guys. And we are top of the table. We are top of the table. Just celebrate that. So early on Saturday, so early on in the weekend, we are top of the table. Just celebrate that. See you all, guys, and take care. And thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Gautam, Bayaji, JSK, Kandanya for joining me on this chat. Thanks a lot and see you all, guys. Have a nice weekend. And by the way, there are some superb matches coming on. We can watch that in good mood. Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich, Girona versus Real Madrid. There are some blockbuster matches coming through. I think Inter versus Roma is also there. I don't know for that. But Leverkusen, Bayern, I would want Leverkusen to win, and Girona, Madrid, I want Girona to win.